I'm dead.
Hotel 1176 CMC 1.
I don't know what the fuck I just did. I don't know what I did. Did I fat finger F? Holy fuck.
2476 to 13 Bravo.
That's wild. I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
EMS DAC 76.
I think it's highly unlikely I fat fingered F, considering F is a key that has a little notch on it. Like, I don't fucking know what happened. Ow.
EMS are on the way.
All right. I didn't eject. I jumped. I don't know what happened.
Okay, I know what.
I tucked and rolled.
It's been like that today.
But there
it's
is
not worth it, bro.
There is a 95 in my car.
Yeah. What I might do is EMS are en route. At the hospital yet, so I'm going to take you up to your car. You think you can be moved, or?
Yeah, probably.
All right. I'll sit you in the car here real quick.
Let me see this clip. I don't know what the fuck happened. I was turning left. I was turning left. Hello? That makes no sense.
Right, yeah.
I was in the middle of a left turn. How would I have fat figured F? Hey, Happy.
Next time I'll kick harder.
Ow.
God, I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah, sure did. You survived this time, Rose.
Ow. I'm
Would
gonna
it be
listen.
weird if you kind of if that happened as soon as I put my seatbelt on?
Well, I can tell you, I don't actually know how it happened. For context, I was in the middle of I was turning left.
Yeah,
you know, I was nowhere near the door handle.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like really trying to reach for my seatbelt, and then all of a sudden you jumped.
Oh my gosh.
It was the sound. It sounded like a gunshot. That's what it was.
What?
I heard the click, and I just panicked. Ow.
Oh my god. What happened?
You know,
Oh, no.
Hey, Rose.
I was in the car, and then I'm no longer.
Yeah, did you crash?
Rose can't come to the phone
No,
right now, but he is
no, I
taking
didn't get
messages.
ejected. It was
Okay,
kind of a
I just
tuck and
need
roll. I thought I was
to
getting blasted, and I think I just
am I
decided the best
charging-
course of action was to tuck and roll.
Charging this guy with robbery, because
You
I
know,
don't
that's
know
really
if
smart, because
was
at least
taken.
you're not shooting right
we
now.
can't
True.
prove the robbery, just charge him
Alright,
with
I'm gonna
possession.
check for
True.
any broken
Just
enders,
making sure.
brokens, or
And I guess
bleedings.
anything else that he did. But Rose,
No, they
robbery.
don't
Your
look too
clothes pretty
serious.
Bravo, I
badly.
just wanted to emphasize. Alright, thank you.
Road rash doesn't
Worth
look
it,
pretty,
worth it.
and
Maybe
some of
questioning
it's on your
Bruno
face.
to
Yeah.
Will my husband still love me?
see whether he
Oh,
can
Well, if your husband doesn't love you
Yeah.
with road rash on
Isn't
your
that
face,
like
then
an
did he love you in the
unconditional
first
He's made
place?
it clear he doesn't
You're
want
right. Well, don't forget, y'all. I did tell my husband one time I wouldn't love him if he was a worm, and he followed up by crawling like a
that's
worm
okay.
everywhere for 30 minutes, telling
Yeah, no.
everyone I didn't love him.
Oh my.
Oh,
Now,
No,
for more
I'm with
context,
you on that. I stand with you. Absolutely.
okay,
not. My
but
partner
but
says the same
maybe
thing. No, thank
I
you.
think it was the delivery, because he didn't ask if I would love him if he was a worm. I just told him I wouldn't if he was a worm.
I guess it depends if, you know, he would have been a worm in this hypothetical situation all along, or if It turned into one right in front of your eyes. And you
True.
had to like try and save him like
True.
a frog.
Now, would
Yep,
you
yep.
be okay with standing up?
I think
Or do you
so.
need to go
I
to the
think
hospital?
so. I think
Or is
I'm gonna
this
be
more of an
okay.
injured pride than an actual injured body.
Injured pride.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We don't have medication for an injured pride. There's nothing we can give you for an injured
Well, we
pride.
got the copium. It should be in the back of the ambulance.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, we got some copium back here.
No, I don't want. I don't want to use up the whole supply. No, it's okay, y'all. It's okay.
Nathan has used
I
all
mean,
of
just
the
a
copium.
little sip.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry, no more copium.
No, Nathan
Oh,
has had all of it.
Nathan's huffed all the
Yeah.
copium.
Really freaking selfish.
Wait, Nathan, why are you back there?
yeah.
I fell
That's a
off
great question.
4-story building.
That's
It
right.
hurts.
Now, who would do that? That's so silly, Nathan. That's so
I
silly.
was looking for my
Who would do something so silly, Nathan?
I slipped.
It's kind of
On a
just
52
as
scene, no
silly
less.
as jumping
Yeah, on the
out of a
52
moving
scene
car.
where they
Oh,
lost
you
the
know, on that
95.
note, I got somewhere to be. Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
Oh,
Nathan,
no,
Good
no
night.
problem.
don't do that again. Just like I won't jump out of a moving car again.
Yeah, but he wasn't getting
Understood.
shot, so you know it's understandable.
You're right. It was just a loud click.
Yeah.
It would be so real. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, me either.
390 is back on my feet. I'm 76 to the BCSO with 195. Okay, so I'll ask you questions once we get over to the BCSO, because the last thing I want to do is jump out of another moving core while trying to entertain a conversation. But happy under normal circumstances, your vehicle would be eligible for a VAF, okay? That said, given this isn't just a story being corroborated by you, and this has been said by multiple individuals, and you're claiming this has happened 3 times in an hour, it doesn't make your actions okay. It does, however, give me reason to, believe that not necessarily you were pushed to the edge or out of a car. But this wasn't just a one-off, a one-off situation in which your actions are entirely unjustified. Not that they are justified. They're just not as unjustified as usual. Okay?
Gotcha.
Your vehicle is at Mission Row.
Okay.
Once you're processed, I will have it impounded, but not VAF.
Okay.
Wait, what does that sign say? Howdy, stranger.
Lima 39 from Charlie.
Currently disposed. Did it?
So the assumption, for more context, while you were down, the jogger was taken by someone who wasn't in the jogger originally, because all of those individuals were in cuffs. And so the running theory is that potentially stuff was in that car.
Definitely in that car.
Yeah. Watch your head, Happy. Good news, though, you're not being charged with the possession of the guns?
Well,
Or
it doesn't
Molotov?
matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
I mean, who cares, you know?
I mean, you're right. Not many people do. If at any point in time you can't see, please let me know.
Okay.
What's happening?
Put me in there.
I did not know. He hit me first.
I'll get him.
What in the world?
Put me in there. I'll take him out.
The local Vinewood.
I'm gonna bring you in here.
All right.
Do you need any badges?
It'll just be considerably easier. Just a moment. All right, I'm gonna do one more search of your person. As of right now, the knife is being seized. What's in this notebook?
Oh. You can look at it if you want. I was supposed to give that chatterbox. You familiar with the clown and mime war?
Yes, actually, I am.
Yeah, mimes have been doing experiments on clowns recently,
What the fuck?
and that's one of them.
I was.
That happened on Thursday.
Oh, I thought this was going to be something written by Osvaldo, and then I realized the amount of
Oh no.
the amount of stuff in here, and I thought to myself, "There's no way Osvaldo wrote this."
Yeah, he doesn't write or read.
My goodness, I was
Yeah.
concerned.
Yeah, that would have been strange.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna put this back on your person. I don't want you to lose it. Oh, this just reminded me. I found a bunch of bags of weed earlier on the ground.
Oh, nice. Were they good quality?
I mean, I'll let you take no, I'm not gonna. I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, come on. I'm like the professional.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was hundreds of baggies of this kind of weed. I'm gonna put it on the table here. Hold on. I'm definitely putting it on the table right there. Fuck.
It doesn't sound like you are.
You know what? It'll be easier if I put it on the chair here.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Pineapple Express, yeah, good quality.
Oh, yeah, does it pass the
Someone's
sniff
definitely,
test?
Yeah, someone's definitely selling that on the streets and making about $90 a bag.
Oh, hold on, $90 a bag. One moment.
Yeah. Sell about I don't know, maybe 80 an hour, roughly.
That means I found 26 grand in weed in a bush.
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
You should come
People
sell
just leave
some.
that shit around.
If cops are around, they'll stash it, and come back later.
It wasn't really. When I say in a bush, it was like barely touching a bush on the outskirts of it, not really like well hidden.
Yeah, I mean, you were around, right? So they probably saw
No,
you and they're
no,
like, "Shit, we
unrelated,
gotta-"
entirely unrelated. I go around collecting trash. Happy if there's anything people know about me is I've been recycling for years, many years, and
Yeah.
I go around, blueprints on the ground, recycle, repair kits on the ground, recycle. Speaking of which, when I encountered that drogger earlier with Coal Cascade pulling up, they pulled up to me asking me what I was doing because I was recycling blueprints, in one of the recycling, recycle bins. So that's what I was. And then Cole pulled up and was like, "You guys robbed me, blah 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 blah." And then Cole started ramming them, and then I had to go and deal with Cole.
Yeah.
And then they started ramming Cole, and then there was too much ramming of Cole, and then Cole eventually got hurt.
Yeah.
Cole then threatened something with the Molotov, and I thought to myself, well, Cole, you have Molotov officers before, so my strategy is I'm going to stay as close to you as possible, because if I'm being set on fire, so the fuck are you?
True.
Then eventually I may have accidentally bumped into Cole a little too hard and need medical, and then another call happened. It was the Drogger call, but not that Drogger.
Yeah.
It was a different Drogger.
Exactly. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we lost eyes on the other Drogger, and then I was chasing you, and then you found another Drogger at Mosley's.
I found him. I thought
the
that was
correct
them.
one at that time, but it wasn't the police pursuit one.
What are the chances? No one drives those things. They're so slow.
Oh, happy they're not slow if their engine swapped. In fact, they are. I'm not kidding. People would set lap records in street races if people race those in street races. They're crazy. They turn on a dime.
Saying I should get one.
If you want to be judged heavily, sure.
Okay.
There's a level of I give someone the side eye and acknowledge that they have no standards at all if they're driving an engine swapped Drogger.
Okay. What about an engine swapped clown van?
I would take that any day of the week.
Okay.
For context, an individual who hangs out with the besties by the name of Coop Torres had an engine swap Drogger for a very long time. the police department as a whole decided we're just not pursuing it. It's not worth it. You're free to
Wow.
go after if you bring it to every robbery that we're just not pursuing. It is literally not worth the fucking time. Happy, it's not worth the time. You don't want to be that guy.
Kind of do for like a night, you know?
No, I mean for a night maybe, but he did this for months on end.
Okay.
Yeah, while simultaneously complaining that he wasn't being chased by the police department. I don't know. There's only so many things that can be spelled out to people. I don't understand how they can complain. All right. Let me just make sure. Put that back on your person. We are good there. I feel like I don't want to ask about whatever that baggie is.
What baggie?
Well,
Oh, with the white powder?
yeah.
You don't, because you're going to end up arresting one of your own.
Oh. I mean, if they deserve to be arrested.
If you think it's worth arresting them for, they're very popular. And
I don't even know if it's illegal.
good point. I don't either.
That brings me back to the time when there was the dosage guidelines and then separate legislation saying weed is legal, but the penal code said reference the dosage guidelines, and the dosage guidelines said it's
God.
not legal in any amount, and then the other legalization of it and another piece of legislation said it was okay. I'm just not. How about that? I'm going to seize your possessions, though. I'm going to take you out of the shackles here. However, given... Well, actually, I'll cuff you to the table. Just walk a little closer here if you don't mind. There we are. I'm going to get you cuffed to the table here. Perfect. And then have a seat. I will start off by saying I'm willing to take your statement, though do understand that it is inevitably going to end up in a report. The reason I bring that up is because I do not wish to put anyone's life in danger with them, informing me of anything. Essentially, I truthfully, I don't think you care given the circumstances, given what you said in front of officers during that situation and given what you did. But I am here to hear you out fully regarding what happened.
Okay.
Just a moment. All right, so what happened?
I got robbed 3 times.
Three times is in like in one instance by 3 people back to back, or
All right, I'll tell you what happened, okay? There might be another report because someone else was with me the second time. Apparently, the cop talked to him at the hospital. Okay, so first time, I'm coming to the city from Sandy. Minding my own business. I got my woman next to me. She's driving me in her brand new car. That's a $300 with an engine swap, inline 6, stage 5, everything. Freshly repaired by yours truly. I'm a master mechanic. Cruising down the highway, and then I noticed a car following us as soon as we hit Legion. It was that drogger. But I didn't pay no mind to it. I thought, oh, just probably someone messing around, or they know who we are and they want to say hello. So we stopped by the tow yard because we needed repair kits. And as soon as I run in the door, I hear someone yell, "Hey, this is them. Go, they just ran inside." So then I pull out a deagle. I run into the middle of the tow yard, to see who's out front. And it's the drugger. There's 2 people inside of it. One of them's yelling, "Hey, it's me, Valdez. It's me, Valdez. Happy, relax." So I said, "Who cares? Just get out of the truck, or you tell them to get back in the truck and leave." So then they talk on the radio. I hear them talking on the radio. And as soon as one says he is outside with a gun, one runs out the back with a bat and then just charges me and just beats me down. And then they take what they take? I think they took my food. They took some knuckle dusters off me. They took my deagle. And if they took something else, I just can't remember what it was. Then that was the first time, so I go to the hospital, get stitched up. I got hit in the head with the bat. And then as soon as we get out, we start to drive towards Legion. And then I see the truck, and then we hit each other. Like they're coming like super fast from MRPD, and we're passing that little intersection there in front of MRPD.
Like Strawberry and Vespucci?
I think so. You know, MRPD right in front, there's like the park.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like we were like right in the middle of the park and maybe Legion Square Bank.
Okay.
So two of them like go flying out. I think one of them got knocked out. And then Scruffy gets out of the car because the guy who took my deagle shot at it at our car. And then they start rushing the car, and then I rush someone else that fell out. I try to punch him, but he hits me with I think a crowbar, knocks me to the ground, and then Scruffy gets one of them down and then beat up. And then I think Davenport is the one that showed up, but they were putting the body in the drogger, and then they took off, but Davenport stayed with us. I'm not sure, but you might want to see, look for recent incident report with Scruffy. I'm not sure which cop it was. So then after everyone's all healed up, we go from there. Up to Grapeseed, drop Scruffy and Windsong off. I come down to the city to try to get some the turbo that's in. I was gonna put it in one of my vans. I need a smaller turbo. And then that Drager's there again, but with like an Astra, a black Astra.
An Astron? Like an SUV?
Astron, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. yeah, the SUV. And then whoever's in the Drager says, "There he is!" And then like 8 people get out from both the cars. And then I thought I was gonna fight one of them, but I just got beat up by a whole bunch of people. And that's when they took my AK-47 with 7.62 bullets, 60 bullets.
And
right. Surprisingly, they left me $16,000. Oh, well, they also took the Molotovs that time too. Yeah, it was the same incident.
Now, was that 2 Molotovs in that one instance?
Yeah, that was at Mosley's. And they shot the Deagle, actually. I had a bullet in me.
Got it.
Yeah, they basically just surrounded me and punched me until I got knocked out. Couldn't do much.
Were you shot while you were on the ground after having been punched out?
No, I got shot as soon as I stepped out of the car.
Got it.
There was one guy like across the street.
There's a picture on Twitter. I'm gonna. Maybe not. I thought I saw.
All right.
So the doctors and EMS just let me know that
here. So just to clarify, the first instance was when you were heading down into the city. You eventually hit like Legion Square. The Drager was there. You end up going to the tow yard for repair kits. As you ran in, you heard someone say, "Hey, this is them." They just ran inside. You pulled out a Deagle. You ran into the middle of the tow yard to see who was in the front. You noticed it was the same Drager. There's 2 people inside of the Drager at this time. One said, "It's me, Valdez. It's me, Valdez." You essentially said, "Who the fuck cares?" And you instructed him to tell the others to get back into the truck and leave. Except you then got charged by an individual with a bat who then beat you down. And at that point, you got robbed of knuckle dusters, Deagle, something else that you can't quite remember. Then you go to the hospital. After getting stitched up, very shortly after, pretty much essentially as you're hitting Legion Square, so probably within no more than 30 to 60 seconds, I'd assume, after leaving the hospital, you then get into a collision with the same Draugr.
And they shot the car.
Yep, they shot the car. Scruffy also got out because it was the guy who had taken the Deagle who shot at the car. They start rushing the car. You got hit with a crowbar. Scruffy downs one of them, and then Davenport shows up. And at that time, Davenport, and a body was being loaded up into the Draugr while Davenport was there, and then Davenport stayed with you guys and spoke with Scruffy, I imagine. And then the third instance was you were up in Grapeseed. You drop off Windsong. You head down to Mosley's because you want to grab a turbo to put in one of your vans. The Draugr is there next to an Astron. Someone from the Draugr said, there he is, and then roughly about 8 people jump out of their cars and start beating you up. And at that point, they took your AK with 7.62 bullets, 60 in total. Despite that, they left $16,000 on your person. And they also took 2 Molotovs at that time. And then they shot their Deagle as soon as you got out of the car. So just to clarify, that it was you arrived. As you stepped out of the vehicle, you got shot by a Deagle, and then you got punched. Is that correct? Or
I got punched by like 3 people, I think.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure I hit on everything here. I do have a question regarding the Deagle. Because one of the individuals was arrested from the Draugr. I don't know which one. I just know that somebody had gotten frisked upon, searching for the weapon. There was a Deagle. Obviously, at that point, they're placed under arrest, and a Molotov was found. Is there anything sort of as obviously it doesn't have a serial number, but is there anything that could help us in identifying this as being the Deagle that was taken off your person? Or do you recall if one of those individuals in that Draugr was the individual who shot you with the Deagle?
I think it was the guy who shot me was the I don't think he had a mask on. He had blonde hair.
Let me see this person's mugshot who got arrested. This person does not have blonde hair.
The person that robbed me was a woman. She took the Deagle. So, I mean, it might have been...
Did they have
passed
pink
around
hair
in the
by
car.
chance?
Like long pink hair.
Because when you had stabbed the individual by the Draugr, there was a passenger that did have pink hair. She was released because she didn't have anything on her person. So
Yeah, I'm guessing she passed it. I mean, I don't know if she was actually like a part of their crew or just hanging out with them, because the first time she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, guys." Like she felt real bad about it. So I didn't feel like she was a normal gang member or whatever.
Got it. Okay.
Or maybe she's new. I don't know. But yeah, she's the one that robbed me.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab the stuff from the evidence locker and run
The pistol
for DNA.
also, it's kind of old, so I mean, it's probably a little more than half life left.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps.
I mean, we can fairly easily determine, if it's something brand new, if it's, if it's been a little ran through, if you will. I'm also gonna check for DNA on the gun, because if it was taken off your person, there's a high probability that it does have DNA. So I will go check. Give me just a moment.
All right.
I'll be right back with you.
I'll wait here.
Hello.
Hello.
Is it pronounced? Is it Karazane? Thank you for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. One 5 3 5 2. do. To the wrong machine. Creature. All right. This would not be the same Deagle. 390 radio check. uh, Bruno, the individual you had the Deagle and Molotov, correct?
Bruno's talking to his cadet currently. He did. But also the Deagle come back to a situation like an hour ago with Happy and Scruffy Doodle.
A firm, perfect. That's what I needed to clarify. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
You should see it in the latest incidents. I think it was promoted. He was charged with a hot gun.
A firm. I also checked for DNA on the possessions. There was DNA on the Molotov, and it came back to Preacher. All right, I'm going to continue processing Happy. He's been very compliant regarding providing a statement. So I'm going to continue asking him questions.
Hey, firm. That's interesting, Rose, because the Molly was actually in possession of Nathan Ghost, the one that was sent up for the Deagle and the Molly.
A firm. So here's the interesting thing. 2 Molotovs were stolen off of him. So it could have essentially been, sort of hot potatoed up until it got onto Mr. Ghost. And it could have been Preacher who had handed it to Mr. Ghost. Pipe check failed.
Double check the Deagle to see whether it had anything on it. Or was that
A firm. It was clean, DNA wise. Okay, so the Deagle that was found on possession of the individual was hot for the situation in which you were shot.
Oh, nice.
So they were charged with that. They were not charged correctly. It should not have been assault with a deadly weapon. It should have been attempted murder. However, the interesting bit is that DNA came back to the Molotov, but not the Deagle.
Dispatch 398 tonight.
It also looks to be in better condition than the one you indicated would have been yours. Like, I'm not necessarily saying it's brand new, but it also didn't exactly seem like it had been ran through.
I'd say maybe 75. Actually,
newer.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So if you're confident on that, definitely a separate one, which, I mean, considering how common Deagles are, not surprising. Yeah. I mean, the Deagle that had been taken off your person could have been in the hands of anybody else. Give me 1 second. Let me just double check evidence.
I did shoot the floor at the tow yard.
That could help narrow this down, actually. Give me a second. Now, when you say the tow yard, is it the portion with the sliding gate that opens where you pull out a tow truck?
Yeah, like if you're, the front public entrance.
Yep.
There's that sliding gate to the right. I was just to the right of that inside the yard.
You were to the right. So if I'm looking at the public entrance,
Yeah, and then there's the sliding
the
door.
sliding
to the right.
door. Yep. There's a
You
like
walk through that
recycling thing
door.
right next to it.
Yeah, it's like maybe 15, 20 feet, like towards the away from the building. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I'll get an officer to head over there. Give me a second. Davenport, can I get you to head over to the tow lot? Happy is indicating that he shot the deagle that had eventually been robbed off of him at the tow lot. Stand by, actually. So just to clarify,
Hey,
it's
I'm
on the
76 right now,
side
I'm just around the corner.
where you pull out a tow truck, not the where you would park to like, go and unimpound a car. Correct? That makes
No,
sense.
it's closer to that side.
Closer
It's
to
right
that
by
side.
the little
Okay.
grinder.
He indicated that it would be right by the grinder or the recycler thing over at the impound lot, like next to
Yeah,
it.
I was backing up away from the building as he was running out the building, so it
Okay.
would be like,
And you said you shot at the ground. Did you shoot directly like towards your feet, like that
yeah,
close?
kind of towards
or-
my feet because I wanted them to back up.
Okay. He
But
is
then he
indicating
discharged
that
me.
the shot was towards the ground in very close proximity, so both the projectile and casing should be next to each other. Okay.
If I must see them here right next to the door.
Perfect. All right. Looks like he found
There's
it.
also blood on the ground here. I'm not sure. It's a little bit away, so I'm not sure if it's got anything to do with it. Possibly not.
Let's see. Yeah, if you could just take
Actually,
photos of that and
a lot of
collect
blood
it,
here.
I would appreciate it. Okay. So this is going to determine whether or not the gun that we have in our custody is the one that had been stolen off your person.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, because you're not in possession of any of the things right now, I cannot charge you, and I truthfully wouldn't charge you given the circumstances. However, it does build a sort of bigger case regarding whether or not these individuals are still in possession of that. Because obviously, you reporting an AK, a deagle, 2 Molotovs, the knuckle dusters and stuff, unfortunately, aren't really going to be traceable alongside like the food or anything. But we can at least have like an outstanding, even though we found a deagle, if we can confirm it's not the same one, we know that other one's still out there. We'll also know
Okay.
the serial, or at least be able to make a comparison to the casings at the tow yard and be able to determine which gun exactly that is once it's in our custody.
All right.
I will say, Happy, I do appreciate your cooperation. Like I said, under normal circumstances, your vehicle would receive a VAF.
424 to any 10-8
Um,
Is anyone close by the...
Give me a second.
tow lot?
I have to turn my radio down. It would receive a VAF under normal circumstances. However, in my opinion, this isn't sort of normal. I don't run into all that often, but historically, this isn't normal, typical behavior of you. And I can see how somebody can be pushed to their limits when having been robbed 3 times in the course of an hour by individuals who have also been reported to have been robbing other individuals at the same time.
Yeah.
From my understanding, this is a new MC, Habibi MC. I'm going to assume, based upon names I've seen, this is Hades V2.
Yeah.
I'm not
that's what
sure
I've
why
heard.
they didn't rename to Hades MC. But alas, here we are. Give me a second. I do have to get your charges. I will say, I will definitely take into account time served.
Okay.
You don't have to plead guilty, though. If you do, I can also take into account a percentage of time off based on that. Give me just a moment here. I think Okay, I'm gonna leave the choice in your hands here. So the other individual was obviously, you know, the one with the gun and the Molotov was arrested as part of this incident, which means they would be privy to this report number. If they FOIA it, they're gonna see the statement that I put in from based upon what you said. If you don't care about them knowing, I can keep that in there. If you do care about them knowing, I can put it in a separate report. As a report, sort of a standalone, and just put a vague, you know, Happy indicated that he had been robbed 3 times by these individuals in the past, and stuff like that. Just sort of keep it vague and not as detailed, and then keep your report separate, again, for the purpose of them not being able to obtain this information. The choice is yours. If you truly don't care, I can leave it in as is. I tried writing what you stated almost word for word, the best I could. So how would you like to proceed with this?
Leave it in there.
All right.
It's available.
Here we are. Now, regarding your charges, I am going to hit you with
Throw it in its 10-8, I can help you
assault with a deadly weapon.
I just need someone to stand at the impound lot for me and keep the gate
And
open so I can get all the evidence in one picture. If possible.
reckless evading. Prior to any reductions, you're looking at 45 months and a $4,000 fine and 4 points on your license. Let's see here. There's a happy mime.
I got fucked this
Don't
evening.
remind me.
Ew. Sorry, I was just... It could be worse. They could be happy to mime. Think about it.
Can you not say that as loud, please? They're gonna be listening.
Well, I mean, listen, I don't like any of the mimes.
Sure, me either.
Not a single fucking one of them. You think I want to get chefed up by one of the silent bandits? No. Plus, I've spoken with a few clowns regarding the mimes, and their biggest concern is how the fuck are you supposed to communicate with them before getting chefed up?
Exactly. You know, sometimes they just sit in a corner at the funhouse and wait for clowns to wake up.
Ew.
Tell me about it.
Gross. All right. Happy. I have not processed the charges yet, but prior to processing it, you have 7 points on your license, which means you'll now be at 11. You're allowed up to 19 before your license is suspended.
Standing.
But how do you plead to the 2 charges?
I'm guilty.
All right. There we are.
Sorry, 10-9?
If you would like to FOIA the report, you most certainly can.
76 don't put
Yeah,
up
I can only
here.
sort of give you bits and pieces. I mean, I've given you quite a bit of information regarding how everything is played out, and that is primarily because you have been very forthcoming regarding information, not really hiding the fact that illegal items are taken off your person. But in knowing that, it gives us more insight and information, you know, regarding, you know, who the aggressors in these situations are, and makes it, you know, considerably easier to draw a picture of what's going on here.
There.
All right, I'm gonna get you fined in the amount of $4,000. There we are. Now let me take into account with the 25% reduction, I can drop it to 33 months, and then taking into account time served. Could I have you just stand up for a minute? Perfect. All right. I'm gonna be honest. I don't need any approval. I can actually release you on time served here.
Okay.
Given the amount of time that you have been in custody. The choice is yours. I can release you on time served. You can collect your possessions at the front of the BCSO. Alternatively, if you want to go spend some time in prison, I don't know if you'll need that to sort of relax and get some time for yourself. But also, I don't want you to run into those people again, so... I would prefer that you don't go, truthfully.
I'll just
But
hang out up
76 is
north.
the Blaine County Sheriff's
All right. Well,
Office.
just remember that other individual did get arrested, so the likelihood that they went in for quite a bit of time. So the likelihood that they will be near the prison, at the prison, fairly high. All right.
Okay.
I will indicate you were released on time served, and we are good. Do you have any comments, questions, or concerns?
No.
All right. Happy, I do appreciate your cooperation. You will be able to retrieve your vehicle. It is at Mission Row. If you would like, I can give you a ride to Mission Row, and then I can pull your vehicle out from the motor pool area. Well, actually, no, I lied. I do need to get it impounded for its involvement in the reckless evading and whatnot. But again, I'm not going to be pushing a VAF considering the circumstances.
But I could just get that from the tow yard, right?
Correct. It's just going to have to be impounded. Let me speak to Frost. Give me 1 second because he was dealing with the car. Hey, Frost. Frost, you saying anything? I can't hear you.
Yeah, no, I was waiting for you to say something.
Oh, I said, hey, Frost, and I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. I thought I said hi, Matt. I thought
No,
you
no,
heard
I didn't hear you.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Question.
Hi, Matt.
Did you get the vehicle impounded? The one from Mosley's?
The orange comet?
Yes.
Yeah. It went in for felony otherwise not listed.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And did PD tow already take it?
Yeah, Billy took it.
Okay,
like pretty much
perfect.
immediately.
All right, sounds good. Happy, I will give you a ride down to the impound lot, and you can retrieve your vehicle there.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and do that now. Frost, just a heads up. He pled guilty to assault with a deadly and reckless evading. And given he's been compliant and has been in custody for as long as he has, he qualifies for being released on time.
You can do whatever you do. I don't care at all, right? Like,
all right,
whatever you want to do, I'm happy with.
Sounds good. I just want to give you a heads up. All right, bye.
You're good. See you, Matt.
All right, we're good. Let me just get you out of these cuffs here. There we are. All right, go ahead and follow me. We're gonna have to swing by the front.
All right.
Right through here. Just a heads up. Do have an individual coming through.
Coming through.
Coming through.
Okay.
An individual.
All right.
Coming
We're
through.
gonna go this way and collect your possessions at the front.
Okay.
Davenport, in case this looks awkward, he's being released on time served.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just want to, he did stab someone, but with the time he's been in custody, providing information, it be what it be.
I have the casing and there's blood on some of the stuff back there, so.
Ooh, okay, perfect.
Check that out first, or?
It's not going to change anything, but I'll definitely look into it right after. So if you throw that in the evidence locker, I'll sort everything out.
Do you want it in the evidence locker for that you've got up for Happy, or?
Yeah.
Or I do a separate report.
Well, actually, just out of curiosity, the Draugr situation, he stated that you were the one by like Legion. Did you write anything up regarding that by chance?
I was one by Legion.
I wasn't sure if it was him or someone else.
You weren't sure if it was him? Okay.
No, I never went to anything at Legion, no.
Oh, okay.
The only one I went to was the Senior Buns one, and I just responded as the 77.
Got it. Okay. I'll take care of it. Just throw that in the current evidence locker for this situation, and I'll sort everything out.
All right, no worries.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Scruffy said he was being questioned about it, so there should be some kind of something there.
All right, you can get your possessions right here. I'm just gonna run out back and grab my car, and I'll give you a ride. Okay?
All right, thanks.
No problem. All right, jump in the back. No, not the trunk. Happy,
Oh,
not the
come on,
the
man.
back seat.
Shoot.
I don't know what I expected. I really don't. Especially considering your willingness to jump in the trunk while you were cuffed earlier. All right, so I don't know if I told you your vehicle was impounded. So
Yeah.
we'll head over to tow lot and grab that, and then you should be good. Just know that your vehicle stands out quite a bit, so considering you pulled up in that Comet or whatever it is, I don't know if it's a Comet Growler.
It's a Comet, okay? A Growler, really?
They're very similar.
Yeah. It's for the people who want a Comet.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
the Comets are like that, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's a classic.
You have to have just a special kind of, you know, taste in cars.
It's precisely it. A Growler you can customize from head to toe. Who cares, man? Enjoy the lines of the car, you know?
Oh, the lines of the car, and also the round headlights. Can't forget those. That's a
round headlights too.
Now, I wasn't aware of this, but apparently there's a whole market behind the theft of those round headlights. Apparently they're very easy to take off. I never knew this.
Yeah, I mean they're basically like Volkswagens.
How do you feel about Volkswagens?
Oh, how do I feel about Volkswagens?
Yeah. You like the old vans?
Sure do. I sure do.
Well, someone with taste in car. Oh my God. I don't know what happened there. What's your stance on the electric one?
I will get one eventually.
Oh,
and
okay.
Slam the shit out of it and piss people off.
You know, at the end of the day, if you know what you like, that's all you can really, you know. You take that and you follow through with whatever it is you enjoy.
I'd rather spend $100K on an odd car that looks cool than $100K on a basic car.
I'm with you 1,000% Not a doubt in my mind.
Upgrade your SUV, okay?
If I could, I would.
Yeah, you should.
I miss running into Happy. I rarely run into him. One of the few times I've had a criminal, like, think about this, chat. He openly admitted, literally, before even stabbing the guy, an AK, a deagle, 2 Molotovs, and I'm sitting there like, wait, really? But the reality is we can't charge him. If he's not in possession of it, we literally can't charge him. I want to make sure he gets his car. Let me go inside. Oh, okay, he's good. I think I did a solid job regarding taking a statement almost word for word. All right. Let's go check the evidence. One second. What is this? We also got info on the fucking weed. There would be vehicle fragments, I'm assuming. Wait, it was a report. I'm a fucking idiot. It was a report, but it was this. And that's when Cole got robbed. Oh my god, the math is mathing. Holy fuck. The math is mathing. All Aussies are the same. That's what that told me. Australian accent. That they were just confused. Wrong kangaroo. Literally, because Jimmy Frost is kangaroo. I'm sorry. I had to make the joke. Holy fuck. I'm sorry. Can't believe Miller thought you were... Okay, that one's wild. That one's actually fucking wild. That... that one is so crazy. There's no way. Okay. So.
Two for 876, Fleega Bank.
398.
Need to feel something.
Oh, they have their post FX on because things get out of focus. I don't know how people do that. It bothers me so much.
Permission to use Larry's car?
Okay, so suspects. Happy the clown.
Dispatch 39823. Gray 4-door parked